So in today's video I'll be doing a bit of a test. It's a return to home. You think, oh, return to home, but this is a little bit different, guys. I'll be using my DJI Mini 4 Pro with my RC2, and what it is, I thought, can I do a return to home by setting the start-off point, the home point, or start-off, but what am I on about? The home point in here. Now this, if you can see, it's got a hole in the roof. It's got it's got some rafters going across it, so it should come back in. It's not the best of place to land a drone, admittedly, but I thought on the second one, I'm going to set the home point in here and see if it will land in, well, will it come through the door? I don't think so. I'm showing you the wrong door. Will it come through that door? Or will it come through another door? Or will it come through a window? Because you can see there's a little bit of a hole. I don't think the drone... Anyway, that's the test. So the first thing we got to do is get that Mini 4 Pro up in the air. My drone hasn't had its home point set yet. So what you do with that case, guys, is you just take the drone off, and as you take it off, it should say the home point's been set.
Takeoff. Home point updated.
Right, home point's updated. Now you can see on the screen there, it's pretty confined. Right. I'm going to raise the drone up, he says. Right, so what it's doing, it knows that there's not a gap there. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, so the drone's gone up. I've got no... This does it every now and again. This RC2 is just pants at the moment. Okay, you can see my compass is all over the place. You can see me walking about there. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come outside for a moment and fly the drone off in a distance. And we'll just see what happens when we press return to home. Okay, I don't think you need to take it out that far, but that'll do. Right, I'm going to do return to home. And
return to home. We'll
see what happens. I'm not too worried about this one. I'm a bit more worried about the one that's got the roofs in it. The one thing I love about the 4 Pro is it's actually got you got this green corridor, so you can see sort of the direction the drone's coming in. Right, it's just coming above.
Landing. Okay,
it's landing. Now you can see already that there's a beam there, and the camera's just gone up. So I'm going to see what happens. Okay. It's sort of... Right, unable to... Okay, so even this is... It just knows it's not safe. Or can we bring it down?
Landing.
And it did a nosedive. That one didn't work very well. I'm not expecting the other one to work very well. So we're on our second one. I've got the drone in there already. I'm going to do takeoff. Now, obviously, I think one of the things is I'm just going to...
Takeoff. Home point updated.
Okay, the home point's been updated. I've got to feed the dog now because she's whinging. Because she has been a good girl. You can see my avoidance thing there. Right, So what we're going to try and do is get that drone through that doorway if it's possible. Doesn't help with the wind. I don't think it's going to do it, is it? So, this ain't working out very well, is it? Let's try it. Okay, I'm going to try the back door and see if that's any different. There's probably not going to be any difference. Now, somebody's going to say, well, Sean, why don't you just turn off the avoidance? Well, I could do that. No, it's not. Okay, so that failed. So while that's going on, I'm going to bring the drone back. Okay. Bring the drone down. Bring it forward a bit if I can. Okay, that'll do.
Landing.
Right, so stop that. Okay, I've got one more idea. The home point yet, but that should kick in.
Takeoff.
Right. Nothing about the home point. Why? Now, I always advise people, wait until you get the home point. So I'm just going to bring it back down again a minute. Because what it is there...
Landing.
Okay. I've got my landing pad, which I don't usually use a lot, to be honest. I should use it more, really. Right, I'm just going to do it again, because I just want to make sure.
Takeoff. Home point updated.
Right. So, guys, always wait for that, because you're just going to... Right, I'm going to send it straight up, because there's no obstacle. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to send off the drone in a sort of a safe direction. Okay, we go off that way. No. Okay, return to home.
Return to home.
Return to home. You can see it on the screen. It'd be interesting to see if it actually, because at the moment it's actually outside the building at the moment, but I think it's going to go back in the side of the building. Now it did take off on the edge of my landing pad, so that's another thing. Why do we do these daft things for you, eh? But I always like trying out the limits on it.
Landing.
So now you can see my landing pad. Now I'm waiting for the Mickey Mouse thing. It's gone in there. Now the camera should flick itself up now. Okay. Now to me, it's gone up, but to me, I think it's landing before. I don't like it there. Yeah. This could be another video on how to replace your propeller. So I'm just going to rescue my drone. Now, interestingly, I did a video a while back about precision landing, and it's always spot on. But this past time, I think it's because of this bug they've got on the RC2. But anyway, let's have a quick look at the props. Guys, if you've got any damage on your props, now thankfully, I haven't. And the cameras. Now, another thing to remember, guys, is if you... No, I'm just going to turn off the drone a moment. Something else to remember, guys. With these drones and the Mini 3 Pro, your lens, there's nothing there. Now, I use a... If you can see it, I'll use a Freewell UV filter because it's this clear, but it just protects. It's got a bit of muck on there, but it does protect the camera. So another tip there, guys, because it is a quite expensive drone. You don't want to waste it. Anyway, thankfully, no damage to the drone, no cracks. So another thing you want to do every now and again, just go over the drone just to check for any cracks. But okay, so it wasn't a fantastic go, but first time worked okay, I suppose. I had to mess about with that. But obviously there, it did land back on near the pad, but not on the pad. But anyway, As always, guys, there'll be another video very soon.